Good.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Alrighty. Hey Sue, it's all yours.
Hey, Trina. Hello, 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 and welcome to Connecting with our host. Today is February the 17th. I'm Sue Rumack, and I am the host of Life Force Activators on sacredyou.love, which is an incredible spiritual community that welcomes people from all over the world to connect with each other within our interest groups, which we call tribes, that are led by expert hosts, people who are professionals in their craft, and their expertise and their professions. Um, in order to make that a little bit more personal, because we are connecting with a host. And this time the host is me. So as I said, I am Sue Rumack. I am the host of Life Force Activators tribe here on Sacred You. And in Life Force Activators, it's all about connecting with the vibrancy, the energetic spark, the God spark, the engine of who we are within our bodies and minds, and beyond that at the spiritual level, the metaphysical level, the inside out of being in body and out of body. And we explore so many different aspects of being human in a human body, and at the same time, soul and spirit in a human body. And we do it from daily life, from real life experience, saying yes to saying yes, saying yes to saying no. We talk about out of body travel, how to do that safely, how not to bring back any extra ET tourists along the way with us to keep ourselves and our worlds safe. We talk about humanity, and we talk about giving ourselves permission to be everything we can. We talk about love for Valentine's Day. We talked about transcending love, love transcending the human condition into other dimensions, as well as remaining very safely anchored in our own. So our conversations on Sacred You with Life Force Activators goes back a year and a half and more. If ever you become a member of Sacred You and you do want to find out more about Life Force Activators, you can do that so easily, and I'll explain that at the end of our conversation. The whole purpose of doing host conversations, getting to know our hosts, is so that the host becomes a human being, somebody that's three-dimensional, that isn't just locked into their profile on Sacred You, that of being a host or being a practitioner of their expertise. So if you wanted to know more about me, it would be so simple. You just go into Sacred You, you'd find my name and my profile in the directory of hosts. Click on it, and you'd find everything you want to know about me, how to connect to my website, how to look at my programs, how to look at the coaching services that I offer, a little bit about my history and my ideal clients and who works with me, and my testimonials. All that stuff is listed there. But the question is, as a person, not on a page, not as a CV listed with all these facts and dates and times, what would you want to know about me? If you wanted to know me as a human being, what would you want to know about me? Well, when I think about what I want to know about people, I want to know about their humanity. I want to know about the little details that makes them unique. I want to know about their ethicality, their morals. Um, do their morals match with mine? Would I have an incredible religious argument with them, talking all about what I believe as far as religion, and then have them tell me everything that they believe, and either we're going to go like this or we're going to go like this. I mean, those are the little things that make people um, understand a person well enough to trust them. And as a host, I feel, this is my morality, I feel that it's my responsibility to take care of the people that join my tribe, my interest group. And I make myself available to people to talk about what they need in their lives that might be missing. We're all empaths in my group. We're mostly all empaths or highly sensitive people on Sacred You anyway. We're spirit connected, we're spirit led, we're spirit informed. Otherwise, we wouldn't be on Sacred You. We were always looking for that community that makes us safe. So when my little group of people, I don't want to call them a flock because that makes it sound a little bit too ritualistic or religious. But when my little group of people starts to comment on things and I begin to notice that somebody seems to be hinting at an issue that they might need a little bit of guidance around, I make it my business to try and connect with them privately off of the Telegram chat within our group, and try to have that conversation if they're open to it. I don't like to pry. I don't like to push myself on people. But if I can help in some way, then I feel that I've done a good day's work. So that's it for in the tribes. I believe that every single one of our hosts works in similar ways. Not everybody likes to hold the hands of the people that trust them, but I do. It's something that makes me feel connected in the world. And people who join my tribe feel that connection and feel safe within our tribe. I have coached some of the people in our tribe privately outside of Sacred You. And we've made some incredible leaps on how highly sensitive empaths connect in their lives with their loved ones, with the issues that they have, to set up protective shielding and protective messages and open up to welcome in when the time is right and say, no, no, you need to step back. But it's all done wordlessly, because as empaths, we have a great deal of power in how we use thought to protect ourselves. And that's something that, as a coach on my professional side, that's what I teach. So here we are talking about a host who leads a tribe on Sacred You. That would be me. And what exactly is it that I do outside of Sacred You? Because that's connecting with our host too. Is that something that you might need and haven't found anywhere in the world yet that suited you? So I've been a life coach for almost, I guess, about 18 years. And I was certified and trained and did the 2 years and the practicum and the whole thing to become a professional life coach, which is very different from a lot of the life coaches that are out there in the world today, who take a weekend training or a couple of months training. It's all done online. Mine was all done in a classroom. Um, Not to say that online training isn't valuable. I do online training with people, but it's all done as a very handheld experience. It's not just read this, listen to this, watch this, turn in your quiz at the end of the module. It's all very personal. So as a life coach, I basically started off working with people who were looking at, making change in their lives, who weren't happy in their lives, who didn't know how to organize their lives to get what it was that they were looking for that made them happy. And that's basic life coaching. What's your problem? How can we fix it? And then working through the steps to get people on the right track so that they can fix their own lives. Life coaches don't fix people's lives. They provide the tools and the guidance and the hand holding, hopefully, that takes a person on their own journey and teaches them how to fix themselves, which is somewhat different from therapy or psychotherapy or psychiatry. And I'm not going to go into the differences right now because that's not a master class on the differences between coaches and therapists. But coaching for me is about teaching people the tools that already are within them, in their minds and bodies, that help them to take control of whatever it is that has them traumatized and out of control. And that kind of inside out training, and that's what I call it, is inside out training, um, really sticks. It isn't something you have to study and take exams on because it's already inside of you. And if you can learn how to access it and use it, then that is one of your life skills that's been reawakened and you can continue using for the rest of your life. Now, when I say that, I say that from the perspective of 17 years of working with people. And I mean, even today, I had a client call me. Today is Saturday in Canada. And I had a client call me with an issue. And I take calls whenever they come in. And if it's a big issue, then we do a little bit of coaching around it, and then we reschedule for a time when we can do a full coaching session. But I give them the band-aids that they need to manage today so that we can talk tomorrow, kind of thing, when it's a professional workday. But the one thing that she said to me is that, and she's been working with me since 2020, May of 2020. And the one thing that she said to me was that it shocks her every single time it happens. I said, what shocks you every single time it happens? She says, well, in my divorce, you taught me how to block and return messages, aggressive, hostile, angry, hurtful messages to her ex-husband, who was mind controlling from a distance. And she won the divorce settlements and protection that she was looking for herself and her children. But that was a couple of years ago. And she's continued coaching with me since through all of that since 2020. Not every week, but only when she needs it. And she said, it's shocking. She said, everything you told me back at the beginning, where my mind would become my protector. It would alert me that there was danger around me, but it would take care of sending the program message that you and I programmed back at the beginning to block and calm the person who is sending me their aggression. She's, and not only do I see it as I'm co-parenting my children with my ex-husband, and she said, but I'm actually seeing it in the workplace with, the managers above her who are feeling extremely threatened or insecure. She says, I can feel that coming from them. I feel it in my body as you taught me how to recognize which messages were being received in which part of my body, working with my nervous system and my brain, and sending back these messages to calm them on autopilot. She said, and every day I see the training that I took actually in play. And I don't have to do anything after we've programmed and practiced how it all works. And so I recognize when I'm reacting and know that the message has been sent. And the person in front of me or at a distance, I can feel them calm down. And then we can have a working relationship. Now, she's not the only person that says this to me. In the past week, I've had 3 old clients who still work with me sporadically, call me at 3 different times and say, that stuff that you taught me way back at the, it's still actually really working. And it's amazing how that happens. So to me, that's validation. And for people who don't know me as a coach, I think it's really important for people to understand that when you go through certain trainings that are designed to recalibrate your energy and how you broadcast that out to the world so that you create a safer space around your body, to me, that's everything. And I get so excited when my clients get back in touch to tell me that this stuff is actually working for them. We work with somatics. We work with somatics. And it's interesting because the client that I spoke to today, she says, I hear somatic training all over the place. She says, I even go into restaurants and see somatic food on the menus. What is somatic anyway? I said, and I explained to her that soma in Greek means body, and that somatic training is recognizing the body sensations that you receive from your brain when you are in a potential danger or when you're in a potentially good place where something good is going to happen. You feel different sensations in different places in your body. And when you can read those body sensations, you can anticipate what's going to happen in your life. And this is what I teach people. And then I teach them how to work with their brain to program their brain to send back what they don't want to keep, never gets into their bodies, so they don't hold on to it, so it doesn't make them sick, the cellular level or the physical level or the emotional level. and send back a message to let that person know that either they've overstepped a boundary and what they've sent is undeliverable, or that there's partnering happening, there's trust happening, there's calm happening. And it depends on the situation. And we create what I call a body talk manual. And that's the basis of, of empath training and empath coaching, which is my specialty, my absolute specialty in the world, is training empaths to manage the overwhelm that they experience in their lives. And for me, I'm an empath. I was born that way. I grew up that way. I can remember being in kindergarten and feeling which kids were great little companions and which ones were gonna trip me in the reading circle when I went to find my cushion. I learned how to become invisible, so that I wouldn't get hurt by the other kids. Now, whether they were really out to hurt me on purpose or was just kid stuff, I couldn't tell you now. I don't know. But I do know that I learned how to make myself invisible. And staying invisible um, is not the healthiest behavior. It's not the healthiest um, lifestyle for an empath, though it is probably, it feels very safe. It's also very isolating. So we find that a lot of empaths um, become very isolated and locked down and imprisoned within their own bodies, within their own minds, within their own homes. And my goal in life, I guess, is to help empaths to break through those prison walls and find the beauty in life. And I've been doing that a long time. And people come back saying, "You saved my life 6 years ago. You saved my life 10 years ago. How can I thank you? How can I let people know?" Um, it thrills me when I get those messages. And I get them all the time on Facebook. I've got a Facebook group of my own. It's called Courageous Path Empath Academy Forum. Anybody can join, it's free. I don't allow people to post, I do all the posting. And I moderate all the thread of contact uh, comments as a coach would. So I use it as a free coaching site for people. And anything that's not in the highest and greatest good of the members, um, I delete. I've got a very red pen attitude towards any kind of post that is going to cause any kind of discomfort in our group because it's not the purpose. It is a safe environment, just like sacredyou.love is a sacred and safe environment for our members. So Sue Rumack, as a host of Life Force Activators on sacredyou.love, um, I don't coach on Sacred You. My my tribe, Life Force Activators, is strictly there as an exploration. It's a place where we can play and learn more about our gifts and our skills as highly sensitive people. Anybody who wants to coach with me would have to do that privately. But joining Sacred You is the very first step to meeting more than just me as a host and a coach. We have 17 active coaches with 17 active tribes at the moment. And of course that grows, it grows and it shrinks and it grows and it shrinks. It all depends on who finds us and what their need is as far as being a host is concerned. Our hosts are really so fortunate that they have exposure to so many incredibly wonderfully motivated people who are looking for spiritual community. So if you want to host a tribe, explore Sacred You, because first you should be a member. You should explore other tribes and see what they offer to see if what you offer is unique enough and exciting enough that other people, regular members who aren't hosts, and many of our hosts also belong to many tribes. I belong to more than just my tribe. Um, and I love so many of the tribes that I pop in and out all the time. But as a person, as a professional who's looking for a place to join a community where in time they will be able to bring their value as a host to start with, offering their coaches and their coaching programs and their services and all of that. That possibility is there. if you match the community's concept. For those people who are watching who are looking for tribes, looking for hosts, looking for community where they feel safe and secure and taken care of and respected and heard. And in a lot of ways, I'm not going to say loved because I think that's a very strong word and it has a lot of connotations for people, but nurtured, I think is perhaps the better word. I think Sacred You offers all of that. So this is that moment when I encourage you, if you're not yet a member of sacredyou.love, to click on and I'm sure that its link is in the comments or the description of this conversation. Click on the link because there is a 2-week trial for $1. You get everything that Sacred You offers. It's all available and open to you to explore for 2 whole weeks for $1, which is pennies at the best of times over 2 weeks if you divide it up. And then afterwards, if you decide to stay in Sacred You, somebody will be contacting you. There will be a welcome call, a welcome committee call, and somebody to talk to. You're not going to be left out there wandering around going, how do I find my way through the maze of all of this? Because there is a lot. Then you can decide whether or not you want to stay at the end of the 2 weeks and continue on. And I believe the cost at the moment is $10. I know that that is changing in the next few weeks. Anybody that joins now for the $1 trial will get their year's membership at that $10 rate for the rest of the year. It's a monthly membership. And of course, if you join at the annual, of course, it's even reduced more than that. But I'm not here to sell you a package, a program, or anything else. But what I am here to do is offer you the opportunity to get to know us, to discover other hosts beyond me, and what they offer. And you can find out all about them because the way the website is set up, it's very, very easy to check on the hosts, who they are, what they do. There's a directory where you can find, many of our hosts have put all their information in, so you can kind of follow them through their lovely path line and find out all the cool stuff that they offer. So that would be my recommendation for anybody who's found this call interesting, this conversation interesting, and you've got your curiosity piqued. If you're interested in joining Life Force Activators tribe, I'm sure that somewhere in our in the comments is a link with my affiliate link, which takes you directly to Life Force Activators. And that lets me know that you saw like sacredyou.love on my call, on this conversation. And it also gives you access to my tribe right away. So if you're not sure about Sacred You and you really want to experience some of our things, some of our tribe meetings and some of our other pieces that are included as your membership, and they're advertised on the Facebook group. When you click on the event, you'll be asked to pay a one-time event fee, which I think, I'm not 100%, I think it's somewhere around $15 US for you to join a one-time activity. But to me, $1 for 2 weeks is way better than $15 for one activity. That $1 is going to get you everything for 2 weeks. So I have to leave that up to you and in your hands. What else can I tell you? Well, if you want to check me out, I am a life coach, a channeler. I work with spirit. I write angel message books that are available on Amazon and privately through my own website as well. This is one of them. It's called How to Connect with Soul and Life Purpose. And it's called The Pulse of Awakening. And I wrote it together with my guides, who are called the Soul Guardians. And they offer so much wisdom and so much beauty in such a gentle way. What more can I tell you? I guess you'd have to look up all my links and find out a little bit more about me. We have come to the end of our 30 minutes for this conversation. because that's about how much we usually budget for these conversations. Otherwise, people kind of go mind blank, like nose blind. You go mind blank. And I'm looking forward to talking to you the next time, probably in about 2 or 3 weeks. If you need to find me, look me up on sacredyou.love, and I'll be happy. I'm there. Or find me on Facebook, Susan Rumack, Sue Rumack, or Courageous Path Empath Academy Forum. There's so many different ways. Google me. You'll find me on Google too. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we will be talking again. Excuse me. We'll be talking again in the future.